Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name's Justin. I'm a certified Bob Ross instructor. I'm here to show you another easy little painting. Today I've got a very small canvas again. This is just 11 by 14, regular old canvas, but what I've done is I've put a very thin coat of liquid white all over this canvas. So this canvas here, you can see right there on the tip of my finger, it's just got very light dusting of liquid white on there, so it's ready to go. So I figured we'd just do a nice easy scene, something that just about anyone could do. If you're a beginner, this will be another good one for you. I'll go ahead and run the colors that we're going to use today right across the bottom of the screen here, so you'll want to look at those if you're going to paint along with me. So here they come along. This is called the color train. This is the color train. Woo! It's coming right through town here. So here it comes. Check those out. Isn't that pretty neat? So let's dive right into this. Let's dive right in head first. Today I'm going to use a 1-inch brush to put in this background. Just a 1-inch brush here. And I'll jump right into this phthalo blue. I'll just pull my 1-inch brush right through a little bit of this on both sides and just tap it into my bristles. Just tap it right into the bristles. And so I'm so glad you guys are here with me today. It's really nice to have you back on the channel. I almost forgot my camera too here. Boom, there I am. So let's zoom in. Let's come on up close here. Let's take a look at this. Come on up close. I want to show you this. All right, let's get started. So using just this phthalo blue, tap it right into the bristles. We're just going to make X's, just like this, X's, all the way across the top. All the way across the top. Like this. And we'll begin working down into the, down into the middle of the canvas here. And what this is doing is it's picking up the liquid white that's on the canvas, and it's going to get lighter and lighter and lighter in value as we work down. As we work down, so I'm just going to keep making little X's. If you wanted to, you could make little circles. Those work good. Just little X's are fine. Just little X's. Those look good. So automatically, it just went just darker down to lighter. So I'll just take a little bit more blue, just tap that into my bristles, and maybe I'll start down here. Just set this on to the side of the, just set it down onto the brush. Set the brush down onto the canvas. Just kind of sweep. Boy, my teeth are jumping out in front of me. I couldn't really talk well, so just sweep like this. Just lightly sweep and let it flick. Let it flick. Maybe pick up a bit more paint. Just do the same thing from this side too. Just try to sweep. Just try to sweep. Set the brush down and let it sweep. And leave a little center section there. Leave a little center section. Those look good. Those will turn into a little sheen of light. Little sheen of light. So I'll take a clean 1-inch brush. I'll take a clean 1-inch brush just to blend this. I'll start at the top and just work my way down the same way I did. Just little X's. I'm just looking to get rid of anything that looks like a obvious brush stroke. Kind of bring it all together and smooth it out. Bring it all together and smooth it out. Very nice. And go across it. That just pulls everything together. And down here on the bottom, we'll actually do the same thing too. We'll just set the brush down and just pull all the way across. And maybe push this one here. And pull and push. Just going back and forth, almost like I'm playing Pong. Just looking to pull and push that color. Just really stretch it. And back here, I'll just go across this a few times, just until it disappears into nothing. And that's it. And that's my super duper, super easy background. Really nothing to it. Let's go ahead and put a sky cloud in this. Let's go ahead and put a sky cloud. Let's go ahead and put a cloud in this. I'm all over the rails. Honestly, I've been a little sick last week. So this is me pushing myself to paint. Try to feel better. I was under the weather all last week, coughing and sneezing and all that good stuff. But I'm feeling good now. So let's just paint. I've got this brand new number 6 fan brush. I figured we could just make some cloud shapes with this. So I'll just set the brush into the paint and pull like this. Just pull right through it. And then you flip the brush over and do the same thing. Pulling it right through the paint. Looking for a nice even full load There we go. You can see it from the side there. It's nice and full. But it's not caked. It's not caked at all. That's important. That's kind of important that it's not caked. So jump on up here close with me. We'll work up here at the top. Go ahead and put our sky. And let's go ahead and put our clouds in. So just using the corner of my brush, I'll hold this like a pencil down here on the end. And maybe this one is just going to kind of, he's just going to kind of run in like this. Maybe he will. Big guy there. Just kind of hanging out there on the top. I'm just using the corner of my brush just to kind of push in and almost let it roll. So just push in, let it roll. That's it. That's it. So I'll use my clean 1-inch brush to blend this right along the bottom here. I'll just make little X's, little circles. Just working those two together. Only using just the corner of my brush. Up here it'll just kind of disappear into nothing. Very cool. And we'll just very lightly lift this. Very, very, very lightly lift it and go across it. Alright, and there it is. There's a quick little easy cloud. I'll just clean my 1-inch brush real quick. And we can go again. That was so nice. Let's do it twice. What do you think? I think we should do this maybe one more. Give him a little friend up there. I feel like he's a little lonely up there in the sky, so I'll just do one more maybe. Maybe one more. Maybe this one kind of pulls down in front of this one. Like this. Maybe he goes there. And then maybe there's one off the side too. Maybe just one more. Or maybe we'll add a bit of red to this one just so he's not all the same. Maybe this one's kind of summery, so he's going to be a little pink. Maybe just a little pink. Up top. I think like here. Just kind of push the brush. Push the brush in and let it roll. There they are. Using the 1-inch brush again. We'll just blend away the back edges of this. The very back edges. I'm trying to stay away from the tops. I'm staying away from the tops. I'll just very lightly lift them. And then I can go across them. Just to set them down. And these ones I'll do the same thing. Just grab the bottoms of these and just mush them into the background. That's really what we're doing, is we're just mushing it into the background. Lift them. Lift them up. And then you can go across them. Just set them down. So those are my quick easy clouds. They couldn't get any easier. They really couldn't get any easier if we tried. So let's make a big decision already. At this point, we can decide where we want our mountain to be. So I'm just going to take pure Van Dyke Brown to do this. I'll just pull a little bit of this Van Dyke Brown nice and flat, and then I could set my knife down and just cut right across it. Picks up a perfect even little roll. Perfect even little roll. And I'll show you exactly where to put this mountain. So say you're new to painting. Where do we start it? On this painting particularly, let's say we'll go down, find the center of the canvas. You can say, to my eye, that's about the center there. So maybe put a little dot there, right in the center of the canvas. So you know from here you can go up about 3 inches. 1, 2, 3. And maybe we'll go over to the left about 1 inch. Maybe about right here. So we'll just set the knife in. Maybe push it up a little bit, and then it'll go over and down. Okay. That wasn't so hard. That wasn't so hard at all. Just pick up a little bit more brown. Maybe there's another peak that's going to kind of do that. And maybe they'll connect a little bit there. Maybe they will. Maybe he'll run all the way off like this. Just kind of pencil him. Just kind of pencil him off there. Maybe that's what that mountain's going to do. And maybe I see one more peak. I think I see another peak. Maybe back here. One teeny little thing. Something just hanging off the back there. So I'll put this mountain in with just the pure Van Dyke brown, and now I'll scrape away pretty much everything that I just put on. The only thing I'm concerned about right now is this top edge. I just want to keep that line really crisp. Everything else I'm just gonna literally scrape away. It's firm. Just get really tough with it and try to scrape it all the way. Think about this like a stain. Maybe think about it like a stain. The only thing that's left behind is a stain. You can probably hear how firm, just how firm I'm scraping that. So let's take the clean 1-inch brush. Let's take the clean 1-inch brush and we'll just begin laying out the land here. So I'll just set this paintbrush down and I'll wiggle it up to the edge. I'll wiggle it all the way up to the edge there. And then I can pull all the way off. There we go. That was pretty easy. And down here I'll just grab and pull, and maybe on this side we'll go back and to the left a little bit there, and do the same thing up here. Just wiggle, 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 grab and pull. Just laying out the land with the brush strokes there. Just grab that and pull all the way off. You can see I'm just kind of laying it out. Just kind of laying it out. Back here we'll do the same thing. Wiggle, and pull, and slide. Boom. All the way. It's important you go all the way off the canvas. That's important. Here we go. Pull a little bit that way. Maybe this one here we can grab and kind of pull out in front there. Maybe we like that. And down here we'll just literally make X's. We'll make X's. So it'll look like a mountain's just kind of sitting on the mist there. It'll look like he's sitting up there on nothing. Kind of light in this area. I like to keep this area really light. I try not to get too much color down there. That helps it really separate from the background. It gives it that misty area that we're talking about. That's what we need. That looks good there. That looks really nice. Let's go ahead and fill this mountain in with highlights. Let's go ahead and fill it in with highlights. So I'll just pull this knife through this white paint, nice and flat, and I'll cut myself a little roll right there. Perfect little roll. That's important, just getting a nice even little roll, almost like the size of a cooked roll of spaghetti. So I'll just set this on the edge, and I'll begin to work down and away. Just beginning to work down and away. Do the same thing here again. There we go. A little bit of that brown was showing through. That's okay. It still looks nice. Just pick up another little roll of that there, and maybe there's going to be some right here as well on this little end. Just let that knife fall down and away. Just let it fall down and away. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit more and I can show you up close. Come on up here real close and look at this. This stuff's important. I want to show you this. Really want to show you this stuff, how I load this knife. Just cut right through there. You can see that nice even roll. Nice even roll of paint. Just set the brush, this is a knife. Set the knife down onto the canvas. And just kind of wiggle it. Wiggle it. Let it fall. Just very lightly pull it away. Oh, it'll break for you. It'll leave all those little holes. It'll look really nice, I promise. I promise it'll look really nice. Maybe there's going to be a little bit right here. Maybe there's going to be a little bit right there. So we'll go ahead and make a shadow color. I've still got some of that white color there. I'll just pick up some phthalo blue. Mix that together. Maybe I'll put a little bit of Van Dyke brown in there. So just a little bit of phthalo blue, a little bit of Van Dyke brown, and some white. I can zoom out and show you this. We'll go ahead and make the shadow color. I'll just begin mixing these together pretty well. Kind of looking for a dull bluish color. Really light dull bluish color. There we go. So that's looking nice. Maybe we could add a touch more blue to that just to just to change the flavor a bit. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'll begin cutting a little roll of this here. Just a little roll of that blue paint. And right here on the ends, we can just begin pulling in our shadows. Just like that. Super easy. Just dropping in the shadow. Maybe I'll zoom in real good and show you one more time here. So I'll load the little side of the knife. Little side of the knife. And maybe in this super delicate area, whoop, whoop, just put a little bit there. Put a little teeny bit there. And go back to this blue and pick up a roll of that. And maybe there's going to be some right here. Yeah, that's looking good. And there's going to be some off the back of here. Ooh, just pull down and away. Just pull down and away, that's it. And maybe I'll add a little bit more blue to this. And maybe just a drop more brown. Just to change this flavor. Maybe darken it a bit. Maybe just darken it a little bit. And we'll add another kind of range right here. Maybe just a little bit more right there. Maybe just a little bit more will show right there. So I'll just grab a 1-inch brush and begin lightly tapping this. Just to blend it. Just to kind of soften the edges down. Same thing over here. I'll lightly sweep it. Lightly sweep upward. Anywhere that I've tapped, I'll just very lightly sweep. Very cool. Very cool. So let's change this just a bit. Let's just play just a bit. So we've laid in a basic mountain. We can change this a bit. So I'll pull a bit more of this white color out. A real long runway of it. I'll just cut across it. Pick up another little roll. And maybe right here, we want this ridge line to come down. And maybe over and up. Maybe it's going to change a little bit like this. Okay, I'm starting to see some things happen. Maybe it runs like this. And from here we'll just take a little bit more of the shadow color and just add to the back of it right here. All right, look at that. So there's our quick little mountain. I'll just blend this back of this too. Same thing, just lightly tap. Very lightly tap and sweep. Same thing up there. That'll just show distance, and we'll just grab this color. Maybe grab this color like this and just walk it downwards. Down the mountain like this. And maybe you can take this actually and kind of run down the mountain with it that way. Maybe lightly sweep. Lightly. And there's a quick little mountain. So that's my quick littlest mountain. Super duper easy mountain. Let's go ahead and cut this off with a little foothill. Let's go ahead and cut this off with a foothill. Just one maybe. Just one. I think maybe right here. Just for fun. So I'll just housekeep up a bit. And that just means I'll take all my shadow color. I'll just move it around, and I'll take a little bit of this white too, and maybe I'll put it right on that brown. I'll take a 1-inch brush and I'll just begin tapping into this. I'll just begin tapping into this. Maybe I'll add a bit of phthalo blue, a bit of crimson, a bit of sap green. Kind of get a greenish color going. And from here I'll just pick up a bit more of this white. Work that into my bristles. So I kind of get a nice light green color. There we go. So I got a good looking green color going. Let's just make a quick foothill. Just a quick foothill. I'll tap right into that. Just like this. Just tap right into the bristles. And come on up here close. I'll show you. Right here we'll just begin cutting this off. Just a little row of foothills. There he Maybe add a bit of brown to this. Maybe a bit more blue. Just drop this in. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. So I'll grab my clean 1-inch brush and I'll firmly tap the bottom of this. Firmly tap the bottom of this until it disappears. And from here I can lightly lift it, just on the edges. Just set the brush in, very lightly lift. Just a teeny little pop. Pop, 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 pop. This creates thousands and thousands of little brush strokes. Thousands and thousands of little tree tops. I'm just overlapping. I'm just overlapping through the entire foothill. Just working my way through it, just lifting. And down at the bottom here, I'll just lightly lift and go across sideways. All right. So we've got a little foothill. Let's go ahead and cut it off with maybe a row of closer trees here too. Maybe bushes, trees. We'll think about them like that. We'll just go ahead and brush mix another color. Just a little bit more Van Dyke brown, a little bit more phthalo blue, maybe some more crimson, some sap green. And I'm just grabbing a little bit of each color, and I'll just begin working it into my bristles. Just tapping it in. And from here, I'll just, maybe right here, I'll just start making some really basic tree shapes. Just some really basic rounded tree shapes. And there's one. Maybe here's another one. And I'll just brush mix some more. Maybe some more brown, some more blue, some more red. Maybe a touch of white. We'll just go ahead and cut this whole bottom of this off. Like that. We'll just cut that whole bottom of this off. Wouldn't worry too much about it. Just real basic tree shapes. Just really basic rounded shapes. You can kind of see them. So let's go ahead and scratch in a couple sticks. Maybe there's just some kind of here, there. There's some, maybe there's some. Just something real basic like. And while we got this dark brush going, I'm just going to maybe pick up a bit more blue on my brush, just a bit of blue. Maybe some green. And just lightly pull this down. Grab and pull straight down. This will create reflections. This is where we get to decide where water and land come together. So I'll just pull that straight down and make all those reflections. See how easy that was? I'll just grab my clean brush. I'll do the same thing again. Just grab and pull straight down. This will smooth them out. Lay them in there nice and neat. Now I can go lightly across them like this. Both left and right. So there they are. So we know they're sitting under the water there. So let's just go ahead and put some highlights on them while we're doing it. So I'm just going to take this clean brush that I've got going. And maybe I'll just pick up a bit of this dark stuff here on my bristles. And I'll go right to this cad yellow. And since I put blue in there, I'll get this nice green color. Maybe I'll even add some sap green to this. Yeah, I like that. So I'm just going to give myself a couple drops of liquid white. Pull my brush through this a few times. I'll just begin pulling my brush through this a few times. This will just pull my, just help thin the paint. The liquid white just thins the paint down. Tap it into your bristles. And from here, we'll just make a really basic tree shape. Just really basic tree shapes. I'll show you what I mean. Maybe right here on this one. Come on up here close, I'll show you. Come on up here close, I'll show you what I mean. So I'll just begin making a really basic rounded shape, just kind of a really basic shape there. There he is. There he is, little guy. He's looking good. Maybe I'll just go right into ochre. Maybe I'll just go right into yellow ochre. I won't even change the flavor or anything. I won't even clean the brush. I'll just go right into yellow ochre. And then I'll go into, say, liquid white. Maybe thin this paint down. This is just pure ochre now. Flip the brush over. Maybe this one here, right here, will have the ochre on it. Yeah, that's looking good. Little ochre bush. He's looking nice. I like him. I'll go back to this cad yellow. This will be my new color. Maybe I'll even add some of this phthalo blue to it. A little bit of that. This will be my new color here. Maybe just go back into a little bit more liquid white. Maybe just a little bit more. And there'll be another one right here. And then one last one on this back side too. Wouldn't want this little guy to feel left out back here. Something like that. Yeah, those look good. So I'll jump back to this knife real quick. Maybe there's just going to be a couple little sticks that kind of poke through here and here, and maybe there's one. There's one. Maybe there is. So I've got a little bit of liquid white here on my palette. I'll just jump into a little bit of this red, that crimson color, and I'll just cut right through this. And maybe right here in this back area, I'll just cut in a little water line. Just right back there, and it kind of runs off here. We'll do the same thing one more time. I'll just cut right across this like this. I'll just put my little water line right here. Just really try to saw right through the canvas. I'm just trying to cut a hole right through the canvas. Just cut across it. Just drop it in. There they are. So those are my distant little tree bushes. They're way back there. There's maybe they're way behind everything. We'll just take a number 3 fan brush. I'll jump to a number 3 fan brush, and maybe way back here in the distance, I'll go into this Van Dyke brown, some of this blue, and this red, crimson, and some sap green, and a bit of white here. And maybe, just maybe, there's some distant little evergreens kind of poking out. Maybe there'll be one right here. Just using the corner of my brush, I'll just kind of put him in like this, real fast. Just a little guy hanging out there. He's just a little one. He's just hanging out there. I like him. Maybe one more over on this other side too. Maybe I'd see one more. Maybe a little taller. Maybe just a bit taller on him, and you can kind of do. Not too much detail on these ones back here, because they're way back there. To my eye, they're way back there. They're hidden. They're hidden back there. Maybe one more, we say. Maybe one big guy right here. He'll just kind of hang out there, and guard over the little bushes. Just using the corner of my brush, just kind of push him in like a little stamp. Just like a little stamp. And there he is. He's looking nice. Teeny little tops. Maybe just take the knife and just kind of cut through these like this. Give him a teeny little trunk and top. Let's cut through. Maybe you could even give him a couple little sticks. You don't want too much detail on them. Just little guys. They're just hidden back there. Just little things. That's what I'm imagining. Just little things hidden back there. I'll jump to the number 6 fan brush. This is the bigger fan brush again. This is the bigger fan brush. You know what? Let's just jump right into it. Jump right into the bigger fan brush. I'll take about a peanut M&M of Van Dyke Brown, maybe a M&M of the Phthalo Blue, about an M&M of the Crimson, and why not an M&M of the green? Oh, phone's talking to me. Phone's talking. So let's go ahead and put another row of trees in here. I'll just use the big brush. One big tree now. We put those little ones in there. Let's put a big tree in there. Put a big tree. Let's focus on this side here. Let's focus right here. I think there'd be a big tree kind of hanging out there. So just using the corner of my brush, just tap, tap, tap. Little taps. And as I'm working down through the tree here, I can begin pressing firmer, more firm, more firm. I can get bigger looking branches. Just really let them bend. Really let them bend. There he is. Big tree. Big tree. I like that tree. Maybe we'll do one more. I'll add a bit more brown to this. Maybe I'll add some bit more crimson. One more tree. There's that guy. Using the corner of the brush here. Little tap. Just little taps. Little taps. And as you're working down, you can start tapping firmer. More firm. More firm. Pick up more paint here. There we go. There we go. Nice and dark. Leave them nice and dark there. Make sure he gets nice and dark. Maybe, just maybe, we'll take the 1-inch brush and in this same paint, pick some of that up on the 1-inch brush. And we'll just make a real basic shape here. Maybe just kind of push that out like this. Maybe one more like that. Down there we'll just pull. Just fill that up down there. I'll clean my 1-inch brush really quick. You know, it feels really good to be painting again today. It feels really good. Like I said earlier, I was a little under the weather, but I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm feeling excited to be here. So I'll just grab this color here and pull straight down. Just pull straight down. Just decide again where water and land come together. And then we can go across it. That'll look like a base of a reflection. The base of a reflection. Maybe just maybe take a little bit of this Van Dyke Brown and some of this white and some of that blue. Mix all those together until you get a nice marbly color, and then cut a little bit of that here and just put in a quick tree trunk. Kind of right there. Cut a little bit there. Cut a little there. And if you wanted to fake a couple trees too, just take the edge of the knife and just kind of cut them in. Cut them into the sides like that. Those work. Those work good. Just cut in some scratches here like this. Maybe some right there. Just a few scratches. And then we'll take this 1-inch brush and we'll go right to this cad yellow. Just fill it up completely with this cad yellow, all this bright stuff. Maybe pick up some of that dark color. Oh yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. So I've got my brush full of paint. And now I'll just go right to the liquid white. I'll just go right to the liquid white. Just start pulling this through in one direction. You can see I'm just pulling it through. I guess I could have showed you. So I'm just pulling it through in one direction. And I'll just flip the brush over. And maybe right here, there'll be a little bush. Very bright little bush. Maybe right there's a little bush. And maybe I'll just go right to this ochre. I won't even clean the brush. I'll just go right into the ochre. Since there's a lot of paint thinner in there and a lot of liquid white, I can do this. I'll just flip the brush over. I'll go again. Maybe there's another little bush right here. Little off the back there. Just flip it over. Go again. Nice bright little bush. Super duper bright, super duper clean. They don't look muddy at all. They have almost a lacy look to them. That's nice. That looks really good. So I'll go to the fan brush that had all that dark stuff in it. We put the big trees in with it. So let's just go right to this color here. We'll just mix our fan brush right into this stuff. We get a nice dark green color. And since we had that liquid white in, it's thin enough that we can take this right up to the tree, and just on the right side of the tree here, we can begin putting in our little highlights. Just work down the tree like this. Don't reload or anything, just keep going. Just get nice and dark as it gets down to the bottom. I guess you could have told me there I wasn't showing you the top of the tree. I'm sorry. I said it before in one of my other videos. I need a camera person. I need someone who's willing to help me do this. Someone who's willing to help me do this. I'll go right into this ochre. I won't even change it. Won't even clean it. Just go right into that. Maybe put a bit more liquid white in there just to brighten it up. Mix both of these colors together. So I've got a bunch of stuff happening on the bristles of my brush. There's all kinds of colors going on in there if you look at it. That's nice. All those colors will show up if you just get it lightly tap. Just very lightly tap. There they are. Quick little ones there. Let's go ahead and finish this. Just real quick. I'll take just pure Van Dyke Brown. Pure Van Dyke Brown. I'll just cut right here. A nice little row of dirt. Soil, dirt, stuff like that. I'd call that dirt. I'll take this same color that I used for the tree trunk, maybe add a bit more white to it. Cut across that. Just pull in our dirt color. Pull in our dirt color. Maybe put a bit more white in that just so it shows up better. There we go. That's looking good. And just really lightly, using my fan brush here and all this stuff. Maybe I'll put some red in this, some crimson, just so it's changed. Just so it's completely different color now. Bit of crimson. And just over the edges of this stuff here, I'll pull a bit of that color right over the top of that. Maybe I'll add some liquid white to it, change it again, brighten it up. Right here. I just want to disguise that line. You could see that real straight line. I'm showing you again. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. Well, there it is. There's those. So let's just let's put the quick little dang old water line under this. There's a bit of water. There's some. I'll tell you, not having a camera person sure does get funny sometimes. It sure does get funny. I'd like for everyone to be able to see this stuff. I'd like for everyone to be able to see how to do this stuff. So I think painting is so much fun and it's so cool, and just about anyone can do it. All you have to do is really practice. That's all you have to do is just practice. It's not hard. So there's my quick little painting. There it is. It's another little demo. Oh wow, look at that. So right off the bat, that looks pretty cool. Right off the bat, this one looks pretty cool. Let's look at all the details. Let's look at all the details and we'll get out of here. What do you think? Just real quick. Real quick, like. We'll start up at the top and work our way down. Start up at the top and we'll work our way down. Yeah, those look nice. Look at those clouds. Nice fluffy clouds. Really distant mountain. There's a couple layers of foothills behind it. Some distant trees. Some up close trees. Dang. Okay. So that's my painting. That's another little demo. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to my camera too. I just can't believe it. I'm having so much fun doing all this painting. If you thought this was cool, or maybe you thought this was weird, or maybe anything, maybe you want to see more of this stuff, come on back. I'll show you how to do it. My name's Justin. Again, I am a certified Bob Ross instructor. I'm gonna be here on YouTube showing you how to do this stuff. The videos are only gonna get better. I promise. I promise they will. So I had a lot of fun painting for you. I hope you like this kind of stuff. So we'll do it again, okay? So please like, subscribe, and when you hear the sound, it's time for me to get out of here. Okay, it's time to go. So I'll see you guys next time, okay? Thank you. Bye.